All right, let's see if we're streaming now. Yeah, it looks like we're looks like we're live. It's having some issues with my software. All right, so today I'm gonna go over same stuff I go over every video. I like to go over what happened during the day, what we were expecting. For example, yesterday. So yesterday I mentioned that we were expecting either we were gonna move up, move up, depending on two levels. Uh, and we were looking at the hourly on QQQ. So I think one of the levels was here, 307. All right, I said either if we get a break of that, that'll be the 1 hour uptrend being broken. So that's that line that I just drew, that yellow one. All right, so we started the pre-market going up, and then we bounced right before the line, and then we continued up. And I said if we cross this line, we're going to continue to the upside, which was a little bit of a fake out here. I think it caught us today, and that's pretty much reflected in most people's accounts, um, except for whoever jumped in Amazon. So I was watching QQQ and I was watching Amazon, which was strong yesterday. So we caught a little bit of Amazon, which kind of did the same thing as QQQ, so I just won't go over it. We got in on the break and caught a few bucks on a little scalp, so that was good. Whoever got in, that kind of helped us for the rest of the day. Because then after that, we switched to Facebook calls, um, and then it kind of did the same thing. It just faked us out to the upside and then dumped, right? And then ended up breaking this 307 level, which was a 1 hour support. So right then I knew that we're starting daily consolidation. So that's kind of the name of the video, daily consolidation. We're starting right about now. So we had our uptrend, and then it was broke right at 307. And then at the end of the day, we bounced off this support at 304. All right, and I'll go into a little trade review of what I was looking for at the end of the day. I thought it was a good example of what type of trade that I like to make. So just using the fib, I knew this was pretty much the bottom being set because of the 5 minute. There was like a 5 minute reversal, right? So I knew that could be the temporary 1 hour bottom. So I was looking for this to bounce up here to the 50% or 38% retracement, right? So 307 or 308. It ended up going up a little more, up to, what is that, 308.81. But I actually got in a little early on the short. I think I got in around 307 or probably 307, right at that 38% retracement. So yeah, guys, this is what I'm expecting for tomorrow. Um, we're in daily consolidation, and I'll show you what that means. I got into a swing. I just held it because I think we're going to continue to the downside. And then QQQ has this nice gap to fill, right? So I'm expecting this pattern to continue, maybe not all the way down like that, how I'm showing it, but something like this, right? To continue and fill that gap. That's what I'm hoping for. And what I mean by, let me take off these lines really quick, just so we don't, so we have a cleaner chart. So the most important pretty much is this 303 level for it to break tomorrow morning, and not go over the 308 that I mentioned earlier. All right, so that's the most important for tomorrow. And what I mean by daily consolidation. So in the first video that I made for our 5K challenge, I said, so you go through the progression of the time frames. Pretty much the 1 hour is broken. So that means we're looking for a daily higher low. So if you go on the daily, we have a low down there around, let's see, where is it around? So we got a low, low around like 280. All right, you see there's a low. Oops. So we got a low down here at 280. And then we haven't made another uh, higher low anywhere, right? So it's just been like a straight, pretty much a straight line up. I guess this one might count as one right here. But other than that, we haven't made one. It's been like a straight line up from there. So so tomorrow I'm going to be a little cautious because what can happen is we uh, pull back on the daily, right? And then just bounce right away and keep going up. So that's one possibility. Um, and the other possibility is that we um, can drop like this and then do a lower high compared to that one and start coming back down. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at there. Uh, for that. And then to gauge that move, we're going to use the fib as always. So I think that bounce can happen right around 300. So that's the 38%. So if it comes back, if we come back down, we can come back to the 300 level, fill that gap, and it could be still bullish, right? If it starts pulling back more like 618, 78%, then we know we're back in bear territory. All right, and today I was gonna say it's always important to wake up early. That little fake out, I would have probably caught it. Like I would have known it was a fake out if I would have been looking at SPY. 303. Uh, I'll go over that question in a bit. Virtual. So, so here's where waking up early is a little bit important sometimes. So, or all the time, I was kind of in bed, just kind of lazily looking at my um, charts. So on SPY, we had that same 1 hour uptrend, right? But the difference was in the morning we rejected from this resistance, all right? And what do we know about like SPY and QQQ? You know, if one isn't going up, then the other one's probably not going to go up with it, right? So this one was rejecting from resistance right at the in the morning. So from that, we could have known that QQQ was kind of faking us out right there. Um, so that's just like one thing that um, need to get better at, like consistently waking up early and like checking out different sectors of the market. And I think like some of the other ones were the same like this, like rejecting, like SMH. Yeah, so you can see right there, right in the morning. In pre-market, it broke above and then rejected right away at the open. So yeah, we could have noticed that a little bit, or I could have noticed that a little bit if I would have woke up earlier. All right, so I'm gonna go over a question. The question was, can you chart VIX inversely correlated to QQQ? Yeah, I could do that. So let's go over the first question. Thoughts on entering a long position on QQQ at 303, stop loss 299. All right, so let's take a look at 303. Um, so you're saying enter 303, this green line, and then stop loss down here? No, I probably wouldn't do that. I would probably enter, if you want to enter bullish at 303, uh, it might get a little bounce, but I would set my stop loss right at 303. So enter there and exit if it breaks, like convincingly. So that's what I would do. That's what I would recommend. Cause then this is what like $3 to the gap fill. Um, that's like a 1% drop. So um, I would, if you want to enter calls at 303, I would say stop loss there at 303. If it breaks under, get out, and then you could just re-enter again. Because this could drop even further than the 300, right? So maybe try another entry there. But I mean, you could hold, I guess. But you know, if it breaks 303, it's coming to 299, so it's not a good idea to hold. That's just my opinion, I guess. All right. New to trading on Webull, never used a stop loss before. Can you show me how you enter your trade and stop losses? So I just hmm. So I just use mental stops, right? Unless I'm pretty sure of like there's a certain price, because with options it's a little different. Um, I'm kind of just watching, like, for example, if I got puts, I'm getting out if this for example, I had puts this morning, had this little alert here, so it does a little, like a little beep. It lets me know if this goes up, I need to get out of my trade. So that's kind of how I do it. Because with options, it's hard to be, calculating how much the option will be once it crosses this point. So hopefully that answers your question, Mr. 1JZ. So let's look at, all right, VIX divided by QQQ. Let's see what that looks like. So the VIX is just kind of like a volatility indicator. So pretty much when there's volatility, QQQ is probably going to go down, and when the VIX goes down, QQQ is going to go up. So you can see here, right, we're kind of expecting, we've got like a triple bottom situation right around, oh shit, it's not VIX. It's not the VIX, but this is just like a comparison. We've just been going sideways kind of on that. And let's see the VIX. I think the VIX did have a triple bottom though. So yeah, like that has a bottom down here around 25. It's kind of breaking through it, but it'll probably bounce tomorrow. So that right there tells me more than likely, if it goes up, QQQ would drop, right? Um, let's look at this side by side. Yeah, I mean QQQ does look like a bull flag, but I mean it's only been like a couple like hours of consolidation, so a little early still to tell. Let's see. So let's see if we're on the same time frame. So this is the 1 day. So let's look at it. Yeah, let's just look at VIX on the 1 day compared to, so you see up, this one was going up for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. And the VIX was going down for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, yeah, about the same time. So, and then this is another thing that I'm looking at on the VIX. Has this bottom here at 25, and this could rip up to the upside at some point. And then that could be bearish for QQQ. But to be honest, I kind of don't use the VIX too much. I mean, it's pretty much the opposite of QQQ, so you might as well just look at QQQ. But it could give you some hints like right there. All right, so trades. Let's go over some trades that I like for tomorrow. So right at the open, I think I'm liking Tesla. Roblox, this TSM. Let's look at TSM. So TSM is a semiconductor. It's like AMD and all those. And then what can you guys notice from this chart? So we got a triple top right at 96, and then we're kind of doing the same pattern as QQQ in terms of these last two candles. And then this one is a bearish engulfing candle, which means this latest candle is covering the whole candle before it. And then this one's also on a daily, hourly downtrend. And then it has two gaps. Well, this one got filled today. There's a gap down at $90, $91. So nice $5 move could be had there. But let's see. Let's give some levels. So tomorrow, the most important level is right here at right around 93.84. Right there, if we break that, we're probably going to continue the downtrend. And like you mentioned on QQQ, this oh shit, could be like a little bear flag like this. But just keep an eye out for this one, TSM under 83 something. What is it, 83 something? You guys can look it up on your chart, 1 hour, and it's the last 1 hour low. So I'm looking at TSM. Tesla stood out a little weak today. Where the hell is that? Let's see. My computer's lagging. All right, same thing on Tesla. SQQ could be a bull flag, but I think it's 1 hour consolidation. So we're gonna keep an eye on this 730 level. If 730 breaks, right around, yeah, around 730. If that breaks, then we're probably going to continue downward. And let's check for gaps. I think there might be a gap somewhere. Um, yeah, that's kind of technically a gap right here at 707. So this can come down all the way to 700 maybe. Um, let's use our fib. So I like Tesla in the morning. Maybe we could catch a move like Amazon. So let's see. So yeah, we can come down all the way to, yeah, 700. That's the 50% retracement. So I like Tesla to to the downside, potentially even the upside. Like you said, it could be a bull flag, um, where it kind of does this, and then tomorrow it bounces. So that would be a nice strong uh, trend change on the daily. So right now we're consolidating on the daily. You see that these two candles are coming back down. Let's see, what else did I see today? Let me look. So I got Tesla. I'm already in QQQ. QQQ in the morning, it'll have that same level on the 1 hour. So the last 1 hour low, you guys will want to mark that on pretty much all your charts or whatever chart you're trying to play. All right, so like for example, QQQ looks just like this. So the last 1 hour low, 730, and then on QQQ was like 303. What else? What else was I looking at? I was looking at Roblox as well. I think Netflix. Let's take a look at Netflix. And these are all more like bearish plays. So let's take a look at Netflix. Netflix, I had if it breaks like 190, this Netflix, it's not Netflix. All right, so Netflix, if it breaks this 190 level, where is it at? So it already broke down under this yellow line. You see this yellow line? And after hours, it's like coming down under 190. So, I mean, tomorrow if it continues down, that'll be a good one to catch. Um, and then for my bullish plays, so I had Roblox. That's another one for bearish if we bearish on the day. This one looks pretty weak compared to um, everything else. So on the daily, you can see like the 1 hour is already more developed to the downside. And then even on the daily, you can see like this is already coming down further than QQQ, for example. Um, and then we already got a daily bounce, but no trend change. So um, this move here didn't get over the last high of 35. So this is a lot weaker than like QQQ. So that's why I'm saying bearish, like leaning bearish. If the day's bearish, I like to play this. So the daily can at least get down under 25 again. And then you guys can see here, we're just following the daily down, not daily, hourly, uh, hourly downtrend. So if I zoom this, uh, zoom this in a little bit, you guys can see, the hourly is following through right there. All right, so tomorrow if we break 28, this level right here, 28, 25, Then looking for puts on that still, with the stop loss being at 31. All right. And even if tomorrow, like on all the stocks that I explained, Tesla, QQQ, if this comes up towards resistance and then rejects, even better, because then we'll have a nice tight stop loss, right? Closer to our stop loss. All right, so that's for all of those QQQ, Tesla, and everything. So if it comes up tomorrow, still looking at shorts as long as it doesn't get over the 1 hour high. And then for bullish plays, we'll look at Amazon. If the day's bullish, then we'll look here to Amazon. As you can see, Amazon is still on a 1 hour uptrend technically, whereas all the other ones that I showed, they already broke this 1 hour low from when from the other day, or from today, I guess, because this one never made another low. All right, so just gonna draw that real quick just in case you guys can't see it. That's the one move. We had a low, and then we have a lower high, but the bulls can still save this if tomorrow's bullish, right? And then targets would be like here at 2500. So if the day's bullish, we'll look at Amazon. If the day's bearish, then we'll look at all those other ones that I mentioned. All right, guys. So that's what I got for tomorrow. QQ, Tesla. Tesla early in the morning. But we'll see how the day opens. If we open up, we'll just be patient with it and try to catch some puts. But if it's ripping up above those 1 hour highs, um, 1 hour highs, then we will look at Amazon, if that makes sense. So let's see, can we go over Snap? Chewy ran hard. Oh shit, we got a lot of questions. I didn't even notice. Okay, so the Amazon play this morning, pretty easy. We had this resistance since we're already here. Someone asked about Amazon. 24.38 in the morning, we ran up right at the open. So I was on the 5 minute. All right, so it ran up, it broke up, and I just got in right away as soon as possible. It ran up a little bit, and as soon as I saw like 200 bucks, I just closed it out. I didn't want to risk it coming down. And I knew I didn't have a good entry because I got in. Um, so if the entry would have been like right around there, that would have been fine. But I got it a little late, maybe right around there, turned red for a little bit, and then went up. I think I sold it right around here. It did drop, and then it continued up. But by that time, I had already been out, and then I didn't look back at it because I knew if I look back, I'm gonna wanna get in again. But thankfully, it dropped like this. So pretty much reasoning is we broke the resistance from yesterday to the upside, and I was hoping we could get up to the next resistance, which was 25.21. But I just took profit because since um, yesterday was red for me, so I just decided to take profit right away. Let's see. Let's go over Snap. Snap, and I think everyone wants to see Bitcoin. Bitcoin is gonna be looking like QQQ pretty much, and I don't know if you guys can hear the noise, but they're doing fireworks today, right by my house. All right, let's look at Snapchat. So Snapchat, somebody swung Snapchat. What did you swing? Calls or? So you got clapped. That means you swung calls, yeah. So if someone told you to swing calls, that's probably a bad play. Uh, right? Because yesterday we had um, this high way up here, and then we had a hard drop, and then right there you're already on a daily an hourly downtrend, right? Here it tried to break in the morning, but still hourly downtrend, even to right now. Okay, for calls. Um, so yeah, that's probably not a good signal there. Yeah, I don't know why, or I don't know where you got into calls, I guess, or I don't know how you could have lost on puts. uh, but yeah, that's Snapchat. It's on a 1 hour downtrend, and then the bulls are looking for a 1 day lower high. I mean higher low, sorry, higher low. So we got our low of the dump. It dumped because of some news, and then I guess bulls are looking for this to be going up from here, but you need to switch the trend on the day on the 1 hour. So before that, you need to switch the trend on the 1 hour. Um, oh shit, froze. All right, let me try to delete this. Yeah, I need to change the trend on the 1 hour. Yeah, so you need to change the trend on the 1 hour here. Uh, so you need to do something like this and then break up above that last resistance. So if you see something like this, then maybe it's good to to get into calls. Um, yeah, if it does something like reverses up that way, up over 15, 1480. All right. Let's look at BTC real quick and then we'll call it a night. I think pretty much solid game plan. I think we're gonna go down tomorrow, guys, a little further. So we'll get into some puts in the morning. Hopefully the futures help us out a little bit and go up a little higher, close to that resistance, so we can get a better entry. So BTC right away, right off the bat. So actually, the 1 hour isn't good, but I do see something on the 1 hour that I like. Up here, have this little head and shoulder, and then you got a nice neckline that it broke. All right, so that's always good to see. I mean, if you're bearish, I guess. If you're bullish, then you don't want to see that. All right, even on the 4 hour, you can see it up there. And then we just broke down. And for BTC, what I'm seeing here is we need a little bit of a bounce and then continue to the downside, or at least like a little bull flag type of bounce there in the upper, like low 30,000, and then come back down. All right. Um, so that's what I see for BTC. But then on the daily, we're looking for a daily bounce, which could also be happening, but it's not as clear. All right, so we had this that little triangle pattern, right, that we broke out of. So it was something like this, and then a line down here, and then our last low is down here around 2800. So maybe it could be making another low tomorrow and bouncing up like that, um, or just dropping back down to this level, which won't be good for the bulls. So overall, BTC, just keep an eye on the 4 hour. So just for it's the same as QQQ, because you're looking at the 4 hour time frame, and QQ you're looking at the 1 hour time frame. So what this needs to do on the 4 hour is come up like this, trend change, and then that'll be back to bullish, and that'll be the daily lower high. All right, RSI is a little beat up, so it can go down a little lower, but just we'll keep an eye on this one. Um, Nothing really hard for nothing much to look at on this one. So how do you know when to size up or size heavy or small? So like today, I guess a lot of people made a mistake on Facebook. So pretty much what it boils down to is whether I'm sure of a trade. If I'm not sure, I'll just go in one or two contracts. If I'm super sure, like I know like almost 100% it'll happen, or like 90%, it's never 100%, all right? But like today we were messing with Facebook, and I signaled calls somewhere up here. I'm trying to think of where I signaled the calls. So I signaled them somewhere up here. I think we were breaking up, but I only got into one because I was like, I'm not sure if this is gonna continue up. So I wasn't really sure on that. So that's why I like signaled one. I was like, in case we do drop, I'll just buy another one if it's still looking good. And if I take a loss on one, it's only one. So versus like we had that HUSA. There's another example with like NVIDIA, where I would size up a lot bigger. So like HUSA, this one's not really a name I'm familiar with, but I would have still sized up because I know it has potential, or at least sized up good enough where we could have made a lot of money on this. Um, so we have this wedge pattern, and then we had like a trend change on the daily. So it's worth taking a shot on plays like this, right? So you see the daily. Let's see if I can make this bigger. So this is just answering like the when do you go big or when do you go small. So whenever you're more certain of a play, um, you go heavier, right? And whenever you're not sure about something, you don't go as big. And then so here we have this daily trend change, and then it broke above even on one of the days, right? I think this was May 27th. That must have been the Friday. So on this one, decided to go a good size on my other account. This was before the 5K. So I was like, might as well take a shot. The stop loss is at 291. Um, so I did do a nice size on this one, and it ended up running, right? So if you got a pattern like this that's consolidating, and then you've got a trend change forming, so it already had broke above the um, trend change target, then that's a good opportunity there. And then another good one is like NVIDIA. And I think this was on a day I kind of missed that because I was messing around with QQ. So for this one, I sized in I would have sized in a little bigger. I actually didn't size in. Let's see what I saw here. So this one had the same kind of pattern as the other one. Was it the 1 day or the? So this happened like last week or something. It's on the daily. All right, yeah. So we had this pattern. I already erased it because it's not valid anymore. So we had this kind of pattern here. All right, same kind of deal. I don't know if this went all the way up. Nah, just up to there. Falling wedge kind of pattern. This one might have gone all the way over here. Yeah. So we had this kind of a pattern, falling wedge. And then let's see. Let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hour. We had the earnings on this day. All right. We had reaction. So what we were looking for was a 4 hour or like a 1 hour trend change. Same thing. And then that one got completed like in after hours. So we dropped for earnings and then that was your trend change. So that would have been a nice move up to the upside. So something like that, I would have sized in bigger, maybe like over 50% of the account, right? Um, for example, for the 5K, because these options are a little more expensive. So yeah, like 2,500, 3,000, maybe even just like full port, because I had been watching this one for a while. All right, so yeah, even if you go back to maybe a video from when was this? Like around the end of May, I probably mentioned this pattern right here on all of the semiconductors. So something that I've been like stalking and watching for a while. Um, I kind of like to go more heavier on, and right now we're kind of like on a questionable move, right? We're moving up, but like we've been bearish for so long that I don't trust moves to the upside. Um, so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Uh, and kind of explain why I'm like going smaller. Like I think I went big down here. So you see these levels that I talked about previously, like the one right there, 330, 347. So I try to do that down here at what was this, like 306 or something? Oh, 294, and it broke above, right? So that time I think I did go heavy, and I got smacked on that one, right? So I was pretty confident, or I thought I was confident that this would do the same thing as like this area right here, right? But it didn't. It just like continued up to the upside, right? Um, so that's kind of places where I like to go heavier, and even that wasn't that great of a play because, like in these examples over here, it had broken this low, so it was a little more bearish. Whereas over here, it held that previous low and then it went up. So, always learning. The market always likes to play tricks on us. But for tomorrow, we're looking at QQQ Tesla early to see. Hopefully, we open up a little bit. I would like to see us open up. Is what I was talking about. Open up. Let me go back to the 1 hour. I'll just go over this and then that'll be the end of the video. So this is our 1 hour high right around 371. Hopefully we can open up around 307 and then place our stop loss at 308. 308.71, I think it is. And then we'll hopefully get some nice follow through to the downside and fill this gap. So that's what I'm hoping for. We'll check it out in the morning, and I'll try to be on the what's it called, the voice chat, so we can um, like get the signals out easier, because typing it up is a little hard, and then I gotta type it up, enter my trade, and then hopefully you guys see it in time. So yeah, I'll try to be on the voice chat tomorrow for sure. At least for the first 30 minutes or an hour. So that's it for today, guys, and